Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, and lovers of freedom. Every of your questions will be answered this very morning. I welcome each and every one of you, and in recognition of the fact that this very charitable broadcasting platform is listened to all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. We are coming to you live and we are direct this very morning. I will not delve into any analysis. I will simply take your calls and answer your questions. And I must also remind each and every one of you who are listening to make sure you download IPOB Community Radio app. That is the clearest and surest way to listen to us. It doesn't cost much data. I do recommend very seriously that you download it and tell those around you to do the same as well. That means you can listen to us. When we are live, you can listen to us live. And when we are not live, you can go to any of the podcasts and listen to any previous broadcast of your choice. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, and also a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are here to do what is right before God in heaven, and man on this very earth. Our mission is freedom, and nothing, and I repeat, nothing is going to stop us from doing that. No amount of intimidation, no amount of extrajudicial killing, no amount of betrayal, no amount of treachery, no amount of backstabbing is going to stop us. We are resolute. We are determined, we are relentless, we are focused, we know where we are going, and we are going to prevail because this is IPOB, a very movement itself that was ordained by Chukwukikabiama in heaven to come and carry out the divine mandate of the restoration of the kingdom of heaven upon the face of this very earth, which is what Biafra is all about. I welcome you once again. Please, you can listen via satellite. Some of you are listening via our radio stations, our FM in Biafra land, and some of you are listening via YouTube, and most of you, I do know, are also listening via other apps as well. I will not take your time. I will speedily go and pray a very simple prayer, the prayer of Yeshua, the prayer that Yeshua prayed to remind us always that Chukwukikabiama is supreme, that we revere, we reverence, we adore, we worship, we exalt him and him alone, and only him is the creator of the heavens and this very earth. And unto him do we anchor everything that we are today, likely to become tomorrow, and will ever be. Therefore, once again, allow me to welcome each and every one of you as we shall now proceed to go and pray this morning before our lines open. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever we pray. He said, I am now going to open our lines, and please may I crave the indulgence of those who are our regular callers, those who have made it a point of duty and deservedly so to call us all the time. I do appreciate all your calls, but today we want to learn so much. We are still mourning the death of our people who were massacred in Enugu, 21 of them who were shot dead by terrorists in uniform. We must make sure we propagate this, that those who are terrorizing us are those who are in uniform. Very, very important that we do so, not minding what the enemies are doing, not minding what BBC is doing to our people to deceive, to lead our people astray so that we can become like the Hausa people, so that we can become subservient to Janjaweed, primitive, Fulani Miyetiala. And it is not going to happen, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. All the enemies can try, but they can never ever succeed. Once again, allow me to give you the number to call. People are calling us already. The number to call, as always, and this number is clogged all the time. It is clogged all the time. Therefore, please, I beg of you, if you have called us before, do not call us again. The number to call, which is on WhatsApp only, +1 512 955 2807. I repeat, +1 512 955 2807. That is the number to call. We are also on Skype. The Skype is IPOB, all lowercasing IPOB 2020, IPOB 2020, please, at outlook.com. IPOB 2020 at outlook.com. Some people are saying that our FM is a bit behind. Of course, it will be behind because of the loops it has to go through before it comes on FM. If you're listening via Facebook Live on my page, and I'm sure most of you are hosting watch parties, it should be immediate, in real time. If you're listening on the app, it should be about 2 or 3 seconds delay, because my voice cannot travel faster than the speed of sound. Let us go and accept this very caller this morning, the very first caller who happens to be on Skype. Give us your name and where you're calling from, please. This is Radio Biafra. No, we cannot hear them. Can you hear me? No, we cannot hear them. He is not saying anything. Let us go to the phone to see on the other WhatsApp line to ask who is there, your name, please, and where you're calling from, and your question, please.
Yes, Mazi, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Osai Kezia. I'm from Uguta, Imo State, Biafra land.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mbiama. I am the IPOB media, Mbiama Zone 1.
Go ahead, please.
Mazi?
Yes, please.
I want to appreciate you for... Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to appreciate you because I called you last month in regards to our people that was arrested, that is still in Awuda prison. And you promised that we are going for them. After 5 hours, I saw what you posted, their full names, their age, and the charge that the Sioux government gave to them. I want to say, on behalf of Mbiama, IPOB Mbiama Zone 1, I want to say thank you very much. May Chukwu Biama continue to bless you and give you more wisdom to move this IPOB struggle forward in the name of Chukwu Biama. I also want to find out if paying of monthly dues is still on, and if it is on, how can we get the receipt? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. And these are the sort of questions you should be asking the national coordinator of Biafra land, the sort of questions you should be asking our finance officer on the ground. Wada Marachibe, and all the rest of the people. Such information I cannot give you on air, but of course, we have a lot of work that we are doing so that every assistance, every help, every contribution is needed, and we are making judicious use of everything that has been given to us. Our land needs defending. We have been doing that for some months now. And in the case of Ebonyi, we've been doing that now for nearly a year. So that is how we sustain our men. That is how we fund our programs. So it is ongoing. If you have, or if you're having issues with your receipt, then please contact Wada Marachi, and then she'll be able to help you in that very regard. And once again, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. We have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? Give us your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good morning, Mr. Mazi.
Good morning to you. Please, your name and where you're calling from and your question.
I'm Nathaniel Rodney Sousa. I'm from Edo State, but I'm calling you from France.
From France. You're from Edo State, from France. So you're from Igodomigodo, is that correct? Or you do?
Yes, I'm from Igodomigodo.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, please, first of all, I want to thank you because we don't have a role model again in Africa. And I thank you because you are a role model, and we are all looking onto you. And I pray that you will not change because you have opened our eyes. Now we now know that the black man, or a brown man, I'm not a black man, a brown man now have some dignity, because what you have been doing, you have now opened our eyes to have confidence in ourselves that we are worthy to live as human beings. And I want to also thank you very much because the suffering of a black man always from slavery and colonization. That is why a lot of the places we are, even around the world, they want to hurt us down. But thank you very much for this cause that you have taken up, and may God continue to strengthen you. But the question I want to ask, now the Janjaweed soldiers, now they are prepared to overrun everybody in Nigeria, and they have locked the borders. I don't know really whether you have alternative B, because they are just out to declare war on everybody, and we cannot just fight them back with our hands like that. So I believe that you have alternative B, because the world is not ready to speak anything about it, because they are happy because of the benefit they are benefiting from Nigeria. So now they want to overrun us. What is your plan B? I know you may not want to say it on the air, but please, can you kind of give us hope or an alternative? Because the Janjaweed, that is how they are, and everything about them is war, and we must fight back. We must fight back to push them away from our land. Please, what are you going to do about this?
Thank you very much. We are doing the best we can. We are doing the best we can to make sure that we counter them. The fact of the matter is that, as I said before, it is in the interest of Britain to ensure, that our land is taken over. It is in the interest of Britain that our land is taken over by the very primitive Fulani Janjaweed, so that they can have unfettered access to our land. They'll be able to control us, they'll be able to rule us indirectly this time around, but rather in a far more brutal, far more deadly fashion than they ever did before. And we are going to counter them, that I can assure you. That is why they are panicking. That is why they attack us. That is why anywhere they see people who are gathered, young men, they go there and they try to kill them. But they will never, ever prevail. We know what we are doing. We are marching speedily ahead. Our banner has been raised, and it will not come down until we are free. They are going to find it extremely difficult. As I keep saying all the time, you cannot defeat an army you cannot see. It's as simple as that. And the whole world is aware. Now they understand that anything we do, we have justice on our side. Anything we do now, we have posterity on our side. They have provoked us, they are killing us, they are raping our children, they are basically defiling our mothers and taking over our land. They are forcibly settling in our place, telling us this nonsense about a united Nigeria, talking nonsense about Nigeria. In fact, I listened to something that Somto Okonkwo posted. I think it's an old interview, I don't know. Between Mieti Yala, a debate between Mieti Yala, or should I say an exchange of views between Mieti Yala and one Ojo, who happens to be an Oduduwa person regarding Amoteku. The reason why they want to water down Amoteku, and I'm very, very happy that one of the Yoruba governors came out the other day to say that it is all nonsense. They are not stepping down Amoteku to make it subservient to the IG of police, is because, as I said here on this very platform, what they want to do is to degrade anything meaningful, any security architecture that is meaningful. What Fulani wants to do is to degrade. Whilst they are using the police in the zoo to run you down, their main army, which is Mieti Allah, Fulani terrorist headsmen, they are busy on the ground raping, pillaging, and forcibly taking over our land. We are not going to allow that. We are not going to allow it, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. And they understand it. That is why they're doing all they can to try and stop us. And they will never prevail, they will never succeed. This is Radio Biafra, we are live and we are dead. A lot of people are calling us and I should expect them to do so. Of course, if you are calling us, make it very brief. Only 2 minutes, please, I beg of you. You give us your name, where you're calling from, and then you proceed. Please, you proceed to now ask your question. I would prefer people to ask questions, please. Okay. I would prefer people to ask questions. Let's go and take this call. We have a caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? The caller, can you hear me? This caller, can you hear me? Please give us, oh my goodness, give us your name and where you're calling from, please. I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand what is going on. This line, anytime I switch on this main line, this US line, it is always clogged up, always clogged up. And can you hear me now? I don't know why your voice is not coming out. I have no idea why it's not coming out. I am trying to do the best I can to bring out your voice, but it is not coming out because of, can you hear me now, please? No, they are reconnecting. They are reconnecting. Give us your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Mazi Christian Ikechukwu.
And where are you calling from?
I'm from
attention. If you pay attention, I cannot take your call, please. The caller on the line, please, can you hear me on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from, please? For the last time, your name and where you're calling from? No, they are not there. They are not there. They cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. We have another caller who happens to be on the line. If they can be patient enough to wait, then I will go to them. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning. I can hear you.
Good morning,
I'm
please. And your voice is very crisp and clear. Your name and where you're calling from, please. And you go straight to your question, if you may. I beg of you.
I'm coming from Germany. My name is Chikwendo.
Thank you. Chikwendo from Germany.
Yes, from Germany. When I go before 2011, but no Papa no Guinea. Otoga can enjoy signal through Skype. Can see what the number. I get the number through WhatsApp, Facebook. That time it was so long.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I just sick and born and can easy. It's not easy for us, but you have done enough for us because I can remember what I passed through in Papua New Guinea that time. So I was there before, but I know what I passed through. Even to hold a zoo passport is very hell for you. But I just want to appreciate you for what you have done and putting your life and your life of your family.
The Janjaweed would like us to do all the time, to keep suffering, to keep moving from place to place. But they will never ever succeed. Thank you very much, my dear brother, for calling. Thank you very, very much for calling. I appreciate your call. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for calling. We have another caller who happens to be on the line. I don't know if that caller can hear us. Line itself. I won't be able to do that. I will not be able to do that. We have a caller on the line on the other Skype line. Sorry, on the other WhatsApp line. Please, can you hear me? No, you are wasting time. When people waste time, I cannot. I will not be able to take their call. Once you...
A man like you. In fact, I don't know how to start from. I don't know how to go about this, but Chukwukekabema will bless you. God will continue to bless you. God will continue to bless you. You came at the right time. You came when we needed you and we knew it not. And yet, you were so consistent. Your love for us has thrived. May God bless you. May God in heaven bless you. God will continue to bless you. Any arrow of death will come to you. First of all, pass through me.
Thank you.
My question this morning is, I am a woman. During the Biafra war, men were so distracted that they hid their families. They were so engrossed with how to protect their families. But this time, this era, our men move. We march with them. We march behind them. You underrate women so much. I don't know why. You think we are so weak. But carry us along. How can we participate? How can we bring this war to wherever our enemies want it?
We are, I don't. Go ahead, please. Sorry to cut in. Go ahead.
I have looked for a way to join the army. I don't know. I have been a member since 2015. The first day I heard your voice, I was in a hospital where my brother had an accident. I was so devastated. Your voice was what kept me that night. The first time I heard your voice, I knew that this person is worth following. I have been hearing about Biafra, IPOB, Mazob this, Mazob that. I never took interest. But that very night when I heard your voice, I knew, yes. In fact, I had good bombs all over me. And then I knew, and since then, we have been on the internet battling it. I am a bona fide member of IPO, and I'm proud of that. The tribe that is envied. Our enemies envied us. They envy, they pray that they have a man like you. And we, the people that have you, that are blessed, God blessed us with you. And we still have saboteurs in us. I don't know, I don't care, I don't even know. Whoever dies today will not die tomorrow. Death is a common destiny. We all get to die someday.
Yes.
But what are we leaving for our children? Please, I don't know how. Is there any group for women? There is no arm that I have the heart of fire, and I will fight till the last.
Yes.
Is there any group for women? You can test me. Don't make it known here. Test it to me. I want to go there, belong, do whatever they are doing. Prove to our men that there is nothing we cannot do. Even in war, we are greater. Our men they have the heart of men, but we women, when we are touched, when our families are touched, the loved ones are touched. Oh, I don't think there is anything that can be compared to that. Test me. Let me know where it is happening.
I'll do so. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling. I will do so. Of course, we have those we call our men on skirts, and there are women who are at the front line at this very moment, making sure we rid our land of both uniformed and ununiformed terrorists. We are fighting very, very hard to make sure that all manners of terrorism, criminality, killing, raping, kidnapping is stopped in our land. We are doing it and doing it very, very effectively, and I will get in touch with you. Our mothers are very, I don't play with our women. I don't. Anybody who knows me will understand that. Our mothers are very, very important, and as I said earlier and will continue to say, the day they came in en masse into this very movement, I knew that Biafra is a lot more, or should I say, was a lot closer than I had anticipated. So it is a very welcome development, and thank you very much for calling. I have a caller who happens to be on Skype once again. Skype appears to be better. Give us your name and where you're calling from, please. Your name, where you're calling from, and straight to your question, please.
Hello? Mazi.
Yes, please. I can hear my voice in the background. Please turn it off. Turn it off if you want to speak to me. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I do not. Once your call is taken, please, please, please disconnect whatever device you are listening with. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much. Your name and where you're calling from, please, and straight to your question.
Yes, my name is Stanley Aka.
And where are you calling from?
But I'm calling from Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Even Azerbaijan as well. My goodness. Please raise your voice. The world is listening. Go ahead. Azerbaijan. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, Mazi, I want to thank you very much for what you have been doing for our people.
Thank you.
I really thank you. May you bless you.
Yes.
There is something I want to say because I'll be following up what is happening online about the saboteurs, but they don't know that they are still giving us an idea of what to do. It's not a question. I want to bring up something, whether maybe it is something that is going to be good for our people. Like now, I will like you as the leader, because very small time we are going to be holding all these politicians accountable, all these people that are going with the janjaweed. We are going to be holding them one by one, because the war is coming direct to them. It's not even coming to any other person, it's coming direct to them. I want to suggest something, whether it is possible, at least for IPOB, like now in Enugu State. I can be able to understand that Enugu State, their problem is mainly they lack water a lot. and in some other states, let IPOB start putting on small projects in all the whole Biafran states. If this thing is possible, I will really, I know that our people will be happy, and I will be happy also.
It is possible.
That is my suggestion.
We have a lot of programs, but the thing is that do not underestimate the powers that the governors also wield as the chief executive of the state. Do not forget also that the constitution under which they are currently operating, or under which people are being governed in the zoo, was modeled along Fulani feudal system. They concentrate powers in the hands of women. That is why we have not been able to clean Aba very well for very many years. If you try to clean it, the governor will claim, of course, executive mandate, and will begin to arrest people who have come out to clean. It's a very good thing that I saw the other day, that some people took it upon themselves to come out and see how they can make Aba habitable once again. I do understand what you're saying. It is something at the back of our minds, and we are going to do it. But we cannot be doing projects when Mietiala is busy killing us, when Fulani Janjaweed in uniform are busy killing us, when they recruit terrorists into the zoo police and the zoo army, and they're in our land killing us. You know, our life is far more important, and that is what our brave men and women are doing this very day, even this very morning, trying to make sure that we are safe from these uniformed terrorists from the north, and also the ones who are in our bushes, raping, killing, and maiming people. We must understand that. So once we are done with that, you know, once we are done with that, then we can commence with every other project. For now, our priority is to make sure that our land is secured. And that is what we are going to now do, morning, noon, and night, until Biafra comes and beyond. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We have another caller on the line. Skype appears to be a little more better. This very person on Skype, can you hear me? Turn your system down. Turn your system down. Can you hear me? Your name, please, and where you are calling from, if you may. Our people do not listen. Maybe that one is Mietiala. Who knows? If once I take your call, you must proceed to give us your name and where you're calling from, please. Very, very important indeed. Very, very important. A lot of people are complaining about not being able to hear us and all the rest of it. What I would like you to do is to download IPOB Community Radio app. IPOB Community Radio app. Go and download it. Go and download it, please. Very, very important. And make sure you have data. It is low data usage. Make sure you have data. You will be able to listen to it, please. Very, very critical and very, very important. We are live and we are direct, and we are, of course, taking your calls as they come in. The caller on Skype, please, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Matike Biafra. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I'm calling from South Africa, and my name is Nnamdi.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Question, but before now you got this question. I want to thank you for all you have been doing for us. We have been listening. This community radio is very, very good for us, and I've been enjoying it. But I want to ask you one question, sir.
Ask.
Is it going to be possible that if it happens that Fulani herdsmen, they are coming with war in Biafra land, all the whole indigenous people of Biafra all over the world, is there any way they can provide means for them to return back and fight?
Yes, anybody who people are waiting for Mietiala, Fulani terrorists with their cattle. But the real terrorists are those in the army and in the police. That is one thing people don't understand. We have the official state terrorists who are the army and the police, and then we have Mietiala, the Janjaweed, who are now working to make sure that they occupy our land. So when people talk about terrorists, you must mention the Nigerian army and the Nigerian police. They are the real terrorists. The only thing is that they are in uniform. They are the ones who are licensed to kill. Once they are wearing their uniform and they kill you, no court will entertain your case. You are finished. You are gone. You are dead. With those who are the Janjaweed, those who are not with their police or army uniform, those ones you can fight back. The reason why they are recruiting how to react to terrorism. It is impossible. They are the ones trying to control Amotekun, telling Amotekun how to react to terrorism. When they are themselves the cause of terrorism, they are the ones that funded terrorists. They are the ones sponsoring them. They are the ones recruiting terrorists into the police. The same police you want to control people who are defending their land. The same terrorists. So you must understand that. And of course, people will have time to come back home and join this very effort. The fact we are defending our land is a collective effort. It is a collective effort. There are some people, as I keep saying all the time, with Janjaweed blood. Once your father is Janjaweed, either before, during, or after the war, you are bound to behave like a Janjaweed. That is the way it is. You can go and open a fake account and be messing up yourself. Is it going to stop us? Are you on the ground? If you think you're strong, I want you to be in Biafra land. Go anywhere and say anything bad against IPOB. You won't go home that very day. They know it. And I don't want our people wasting our time responding to people who don't exist. These are the sort of people that Facebook we are selling, or the companies that Facebook we are selling your information to. They go and they concoct some names and they come. How you need to know, what you must do, all of us together, those who are talking about our politicians and the fact that they are traitors. Look at all of them. Have they said anything? Apart from Abaribe. And then yesterday was Obi Ezekwesili. Who else has come out to say, all of them claiming that we are waiting, let any idiot come out. You did not condemn the Janjaweed killing your people. You come out to say you're contesting for presidency. What we will do to you, you regret the day you were born. Come out and campaign for presidency. You see what will happen to you. When they are killing your people, you didn't say anything. You out of cowardice, you couldn't come out to say anything, but you want to come and campaign for president. I think they are demented. Let us go to the line, please. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from, please. Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Kanu. I am calling from Italy.
From Italy, please go ahead. Thank you. Please go ahead and in English, please. The world is listening, if you can. Even broken English.
Okay. What I want to complain is something about us. I don't know if I should go ahead or will I call you later. It's between me. I'm a coordinator here in Italy. I formed a family by myself, but I have a problem with my national coordinator.
You can.
So should I call you later or should I sign?
Don't go ahead because there's no need for it. Go back to the national coordinator and find out what, because I know that our national coordinator in Italy, who took over from Irania, Michael Irania, did a fabulous, fantastic job in Italy. And our national coordinator now in Italy have just, taken off from where Michael Irania, the real Irania, please, Michael Irania, he's a Biafra, a hardcore, one of us, of course. From the beginning, he's been with us, and he's with us till this very day. Did a very wonderful work in Italy. Please go back and find and try and resolve whatever issues you have, please. Thank you very, very, because I know there are good people in Italy. I know our Italian family, they are very, very formidable. In fact, they are now leading in the whole of Europe. With the exception of USA, they are now leading in the whole of Europe. Italy is now number one. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are, if you may. The caller on the line, they are not paying attention. They are not paying attention. If you call us, don't be afraid. Try and say something. You don't have to be scared. Go ahead and say what is on your mind. I can assure you. They said, check your page, is saying another broadcast. What are you talking about? I checked the community radio a short while ago. It was broadcasting what I'm saying here. I don't know why people want to confuse themselves. What you are hearing on my Facebook page is what is on the community radio. There is no other one. I'm not aware of any other one. And don't think that the enemies will not try. This is a new application. I listened to it. It was fine. It was glorious. There is nothing at all that is wrong with it. I will try it again to show you that it is my voice that is coming out on our app. I don't know this type of silly, stupid information. I don't know where it is coming from. I have no idea where it is coming from, please. I want our people, I will go back. They say there's a bit of a time delay. Please, a bit of time delay. It is my voice that is coming out. Please, my voice is coming out. Or has the app also crashed? I don't know. I don't know if it has crashed. I am trying to see if I can. Absolutely, my voice is coming out. People should stop peddling. People listen to garbage from idiots, from Janjaweed answering Igbo names. Our app is fine. IPOB community radio is fine. Download the app and listen to us. It is low data usage. It doesn't cost you much data. It doesn't cost you anything. For goodness sake, go there. It is working. We are live and we are direct, and the whole world is paying attention. They are listening to us, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. And rightfully so. I don't know what people are. I said IPOB community radio. I didn't say Radio Biafra app. Radio Biafra app, we are working on it. It may be playing an old program. IPOB community radio is streaming what I'm saying now. I can see the console in front of me, and it is working absolutely, perfectly fine. Don't allow Janjaweed with Igbo names to distract you. The caller on the line on Skype, can you hear me?
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning to you. I cannot hear your voice. It is either your voice is very low or something is wrong. Please go ahead. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Nnamdi.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please, I thank you for everything you have been doing for us. My question is, you said one day you will tell us why Enugu State was used as the capital of Biafra. So since then, you have not said anything about it. I don't know if you can.
We are fighting to defend that same Enugu State. And one day, I will tell you, not now, because some of you cannot handle the information. We have to be in Biafra before I will tell you. Because if I tell you now, you cannot handle it. You cannot handle the information. You cannot. I am telling you the truth. And as I said before, if you look at the quality of education in the zoo, if you look at the way that, because what tells you how poorly an education system is by the way the people reason. Those who may have passed through that very system the way they reason. That tells you all you need to know. That tells you all you need to know about the quality of education or lack of that they had to go through. Very, very important indeed. Once we are in Biafra, I will tell you. Right now, we know because in Biafra land we're going to do a DNA test. Those with Janjaweed blood will not enter. There are those who have Janjaweed blood that are very genuine, I understand that. Those ones, you may screen them, reorientate them, and integrate them. But those from the lineage of saboteurs, they cannot partake nor participate, and it is only then that we will be able to tell people the importance of Enugu and why the British chose it and why the Janjaweed have made Enugu their headquarters. That is why in Enugu State we have more Fulani settlements than anywhere else. They are in the bushes and in the forest, and we are doing all we can to make sure that we clear them from there. If you have called us before, do not call us again. If you have called before, do not call. Allow other first-time callers to participate. Very, very important, please. Extremely important, you understand that. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Chibuzo Ikechukwu. I'm from Anambra State, Ozubru precisely.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dubai.
From Dubai, go ahead.
Yes, I really thank you for the good work you are really doing for us. Because if not for you and IPOB, maybe by now my name should have been changed to Isiaka or Musa. Really, I really thank you for the good work you are doing and IPOB all over the world.
Thank you very much.
I said, may God bless you for the good.
He said.
And I'm ready to come back to Biafra land. When the war is going to start, I'm ready to come back.
It has started already. They are killing us. When we gather the killers, which other war are you looking for? The Fulani Janjaweed, they are very clever. Because Britain asked them never ever to declare war officially. All they are doing is killing. They wear army uniform and they kill. They put on police uniform and they kill. The day we all see the police and the army as the real terrorists, that day we will begin to survive as a people. The real terrorists, the real hardcore terrorists are in the army and in the police. And they deployed them to Biafra land to kill and to pillage. Very, very important, we understand that. If I ask you not to call and you keep on calling, I will block you. That I can assure you, please. The caller who happens to be on WhatsApp, please, your name and where you are.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Islam Choko. I'm calling from Mozambique.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
First of all, Mazi, I want to sympathize with you over the killing of IPO member that happened at the MN Enugu State, Biafra land on Sunday. I sympathize with the whole family and I ask God to bless them and grant them eternal rest through Christ Jesus our Savior. Mazi, what I want to ask, has it not come the time for us to clap back on those terrorists killing our people?
That is what we are doing. If you have been following our broadcast, that's what we are doing. We are in the hunting season. Every terrorist in our land, every terrorist in our these are terrorists. These are full-on hardened terrorists in uniform killing innocent civilians. Because whenever there is rape, whenever there is there you are, please. The caller on Skype, turn your system down. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
once it is in public like that, they should be courageous enough. Be courageous enough.
Humanly possible to come up with our formidable IPOB. Everybody will hear about it and it will be inaugurated very, very soon. We're in talk with our European rep. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Sika, my brother.
Thank you very, very much. He said, I'm bless you too. I'm bless you too. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. And I want to make this very, very clear. The more you deforest our land, the more you turn it into a savanna, and the more the cattle will come in to graze. Because a cattle cannot graze in a rainforest because there is no grass. These are the things that people don't understand. But of course, I do understand also the economic imperative of personal survival first. Isn't it very strange that we are cutting down our trees, our very precious trees, to make charcoal when we have natural coal in Enugu? Nobody minds it. It is just there. God Almighty in heaven gave us that coal so that our life A very dreadful. Education system.
Good morning, Mazi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you louder. Please go ahead. Your name and where you are.
Mazi, my name is Nnamdi. I'm calling from Lagos, Nigeria.
Please go ahead.
Mazi, on secret, as in like secret missions, like what they call intelligence. Because in any battle, you can't really defeat your enemies without having a core intelligence. I want something, because we know that whatever effort they are putting, since we are getting their informations, that those their efforts will become powerless. Mazi, that's the information I want to pass to you this morning. May God Almighty continue to bless you and protect you and all RVOB leaders.
We are well coordinated in what we are doing, and victory is ours. Victory is ours. Nothing is going to stop the emergence of Biafra. They will try all they can, but they will fail, as they have been failing before. Once again, if you're having difficulties listening to this very broadcast, go and download, tell people to download IPOB Community Radio. We are there live, and there are no issues. We are there live, and mind you, sometimes some people who were fathered by Janjaweed, they will come online to say that we have one issue or the other. Be very, very mindful of that, please. Be very, very mindful. I have a caller on the line on WhatsApp. This caller, give us your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good morning to you, my supreme leader. My name is Mazi sir. I'm calling from Libya. I am zonal coordinator here in Benghazi, sir.
Benghazi in Libya.
So I really want to thank you for... Yes, sir. Benghazi in Libya, sir. I am the zonal coordinator here, sir.
Go ahead, please.
I am from Imo State in Biafra land. Sir, I really want to thank you for your good job. I really want to thank you for what you've been doing for we Biafrans, because Sir, I call you the Joshua of our time. According to the Bible, they say Moses started the leading of Israelites, but he couldn't finish it. Joshua led the children of Israelite to the promised land. That is why I call you the Joshua of our times. I say, the God of our ancestors, the God of the whole universe, sir, may understanding, the strength to lead us to the Biafra land. May God bless you, sir. What I want to say, sir.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. Our people must understand this. A lot of suggestions come in and we take it as well. All the work we are doing right now on the ground is intelligence driven. It is intelligence driven. But our people will need to understand something. When you see somebody from the north, the Janjaweed, they have now corrupted our people as well. For the Janjaweed, the real jihadi army to take our land over. That is why they kill us. Nobody can come to your land and pretend to be a security officer and engage in the taking of lives, and then engage in the taking of lives. These are the things that our people ought and need to understand. They must understand is that anybody you see in army, be it army or police checkpoint, these are terrorists. The only thing is that they have uniform. You must understand. And all of you spending your time and money and effort patronizing and eating their cow meat. It has been proven that that is the only reason why they have to come to our land. We survived for 3 years. We survived air, land, and sea blockade without Fulani meat. We can survive again. Most of you that reason like Janjaweed, like Fulani people, maybe because you eat their meat too much. Maybe it's the reason why. But we are involved in a fight for national survival. Our enemies have come in. Their aim is to obliterate us from the face of the earth. To do to us what they did to Hausa people, what they did to Middle Belt, make them subservient over centuries. That is why today they cannot come together to rise up against the people who are less than 20 million. Fulani as a whole, they are less than 20 million. But look at what they are doing to the majority of the people. Because the people are very foolish. Because you eat Fulani meat. The caller on the line, please, can you hear me? You happen to be on Skype. Give us your name and where you're calling from. Nobody thank me, please. I don't need all these thanks. Go straight and ask your question or make your contribution, please. Go ahead.
Madike, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Sir, my name is Osochukwu Okoronkwo. I'm calling from Eka North East in Biafra land, Anioma to be precise.
Thank you. Please go ahead. From Eka, go ahead.
I live here, but I'm not from the...
No, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
I live here, but I'm not from the...
No, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've been a follower of the Biafran struggle, and actually I'm shaking right now. I think I've known about you actually opened a lot from you spoke a lot, you told me a lot, you even gave me more confidence about about who we are. My father told me about that we are Jews, and I've been reading about this since I was a kid, and I've been thinking it was a myth, or when they say something is myth and legend, and you read about it, and like, are you serious? Am I a Jew? And I think I've been reading it. I've been seeing so much Jewish traits and characteristics in all virtual Igbo people, and you came on air. I was working in ABC Transport, and basically in that place, you see a lot of Igbo people, they talk about Biafra, they talk about Masop then, and I don't like how Turkish they talk, and they are like, but I needed someone articulate, someone real, someone reason. Then I think I followed them, Raf Waziriki, and was like, no, this is not my kind of person I would like to see as a leader. And I was in the internet, I was in the management section, and somebody told me and said, Kingsley, I like the way you talk, but Muzondo, I like the way you talk. The Kingsley is my English name, but I usually take Muzondo, which is my name. And I said, I like the way you see things, and he now told me about Radio Biafra. That was since 2014. And since then, I've been following you. I was like, wow, who's this guy? Who's this? And I came to Europe, still was following you. And I was like, everything you do, you say are like spot on how I see things. And I want to say thank you for giving me so much strength, so much understanding, and I'm here to support you in any kind. And besides, Estonia is the future, and I think we know what we are doing, and we are following you, and the future is ours. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for calling. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you for that. In Estonia, and Estonia is doing very well. They are at the cutting edge of new technology. They are doing very, very well in Estonia, and I do hope and pray that we have a very credible and formidable IPOB family in Estonia as well. I need to ask Abanyim to clarify that, and I should have asked my brother, but he's no longer on the line. Thank you very, very much for that. We are live and we are direct, and the whole world is listening. Humanity is paying attention to us, please. Paying much attention to us. Sometimes I wonder, can somebody please tell all this, in fact, I need all the pictures of the Fulani settlements in Biafra land. Posted, please, I need it posted. Of all the, I want to ask all these so-called politicians, I want to ask the Fulefus, baby saboteurs, I think, don't engage them in any conversation. Go and get the pictures of the Fulani settlements in our villages and show it to them. When you post the picture or the video, you put down the name and you ask a Fulefu, what are you doing about this? You ask the politician who wants to contest for 1592 presidency, ask him, what are you doing about this? Do you see what they have done? Let me tell you something. They sired all these idiots to take your eye away from the ball. I've told you this many, many times. As they are doing it, their fathers and their fathers' relatives from the Sahel, they are busy advancing and building settlements in our villages. Oh, this Biafra thing they are doing, whereas in the idiot's village, there's a Fulani settlement there. In the next 50, 60 years, that is what their gift. The gift of their stupidity to generations unborn is a Fulani enclave in our land. Something that God himself said no to. When the Fulanis were busy pillaging and rampaging and decimating the whole of the Middle Belt, they came to Benue. God made them blind. No Biafran army met them. Nobody from Idoma met them. At the same time, they were busy rampaging. They were in Nupe, they were in Kwara, they brought jihad to all the way to the Atlantic. The only thing that saved the Yoruba people was that they moved. They moved the headquarters from Ilorin to Ife, and in Ife is a rainforest. They couldn't come in. Their cavalry couldn't come into the rainforest. People don't understand this. When you're cutting down our trees in the forest, you are making our land open for the enemy to come in, because Fulani cannot fight a war in a forest. They can fight a war on the plains. They can fight a war in grasslands, but they cannot fight a war in the bushes in the forest. Never. These are the things you don't understand. Why was it easier for them to take over the whole of Hausa land? It's savanna, mostly grass and very short trees. That's why. But in the forest, they cannot come in. So stop cutting down our trees. Our people need to understand. Listen to me very carefully, please. You must understand. The British did the same thing when they came. You know, when the British came, you know what they did? They started from Azon. They started to appoint warrant chiefs, those who used to sell or middlemen for slave dealers. When they were about to stop slavery, they started appointing warrant chiefs to do their bidding. Now, I want to ask you something. Look at all those warrant chiefs, even including Chief Okuko, the one that caused the Aba women's rights in 1929, for some of you that know history. Are you going to now tell me that the children of a warrant chief that was educated, the white people took them to London, took them to America, educated them, they came back? Are you telling me they are going to criticize a system that empowered them? The same thing is happening in our land. Do you expect politicians who depend on Fulani Janjaweed for patronage to rise up and speak against Fulani? It's not going to be possible. That is how you know that none of them is qualified. Apart from Abaribe, none of them is qualified to stand up and talk rubbish and say, I want to be president. Rubbish, none of them is. None, and I said, none is qualified. None is qualified. Take the settlement of show it to a Fulefu. Call baby Sabo, say this is a Fulani settlement village. What are you doing? They'll tell you, oh, there's a way to do it. It's not the way IPOB is doing it. Ask them how. The same thing happened in our land. That was why the British succeeded in messing us up today. The use of warrant. You see them that time, oh, my son went to Cambridge, my son went to Oxford. The son of, look at Onyema. Look at Onyema. You know Onyema, the foreign secretary of the zoo, Nigeria. Look at him. He came from such lineage. Does he identify with you? Does he even? He is the one even going about and telling foreign countries that he is an Igbo man. He's telling them that IPOB is a terrorist group. Onyema is an Igbo man. But raised by, his father was raised, empowered by the British. Go and ask. That is their mentality. That is the way they behave. That is their mindset. You can never change them. Fulani man came during the war, saw Igbo woman, saw an Asian woman, saw a woman from Ibibio and got her pregnant. And you want that child to start to reason like him? No, now you have to reason like your father. Isn't that what they say where we come from? If they say, you know, say, this child, this boy, you look like your father, or you behave like your father. Why you didn't know? Isn't that what we say? They must look like their father. They must behave like their parents. And their job is to distract you. Their job is to confuse you so that the Fulani settlements, the Janjaweed, will keep on erecting their settlements in our land. And we're not going to allow them to do that. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? No. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? He did mute his phone. His phone is on mute. That is the problem. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Good morning from here.
Good morning to you. Please, your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Pastor Jack. I'm calling from Lagos this morning. I want to appreciate you, first of all. Yes, the reason people are complaining about the transmission is our radio FM and our satellite is not transmitting this current broadcast this morning. Only the community app is transmitting.
Then let them download the app and listen via the app. Let them download the app and listen, because the app is low data usage. It is way cheaper than Facebook, way cheaper than YouTube, way cheaper than even taking selfie and posting it. Rather than people taking selfie, they should download IPOB Community Radio and then listen to it via the app. Please go ahead.
Okay, I've told them, my leader. Okay, first of all, just like you were saying, I think my cousin brother was killed a few days ago in Taraba State, where he works with a Chinese firm. Out of 10 of them in the factory, they killed 3. Those 3 are Biafran people. Who killed them? They left the other state. In Taraba State.
In Taraba State. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly, sir. And so, because of this, because of the situation, precarious situation we have now seen in our land, I want to ask if there is a way we can, because some of our brothers from other part of the world that is not USA are saying, is there a way they can support our security, our volunteer arm financially, so that they can be on top of the game? Because as it is now, this time that we know how they operate, they will not give up until they have seen the fear force coming from us. That is only when they will pull and they will surrender. So I don't know if you can allow other people from other part of the world to kind of set out fund to support this volunteer on ground, so that we can be able to actively prosecute this war that these people are brought to our land, my leader, sir.
Of course, what you're saying is correct. We need every support, and I can assure you that we are going to do all we can. We are going to do all we can. We are going to do all we can to make sure that we drive away our enemies. They cannot succeed, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Our people must understand that. They must understand that. Thank you very much, my brother, for calling. Thank you very, very much. People should please go and download the app. Download the app, please. Very, very important. Download it. The caller on the line, can you hear me? I have a caller on Skype. Can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. Let me go and take another call, please. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Good morning, Omadike.
Good morning to you. Please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Mesha Slaughter. I'm calling from UK.
Thank you, from the UK. Please go ahead.
I met you once when you came to Barcelona.
In Barcelona.
I think I should be 214.
Thank you.
Barcelona.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
So, I have many things which I want to pass on and some are questions. One, please, is I want to know whether you've tried calling these foolish governors one-on-one.
I have written to them to tell them about the need to have a region Kemachikwe, all these traitors, because if you look at them, they are the ones that make ministers. They are the ones that keep promoting. They are the ones that will come and say, oh, we are the elite. So, in other words, for you to survive, you have to be a saboteur. For you to survive, you have to be a traitor against your people. That is why treachery. That is why they can come to Imo State and bring somebody who came forth in an election and make him number one. Who puts how we have done nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. But their heads will cut off. They can never stop. Nobody can stop them until they achieve full conquest of our land. But hopefully we will not let them. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much. I have a caller on the line. This caller happens to be on Skype. Your name and where you're calling from, please. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? No. Maybe they are scared to speak. On the line, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, one in my leader.
There is nothing like Imo in Biafra. We have Imo River, not Imo. Simple.
Sorry, my leader.
Very simple. Please go ahead.
My leader, please, I want to thank you for what you have been doing so far. I'm very grateful. In fact, I'm the happiest man on earth now, hearing your voice. Hello?
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
The world is also hearing your voice as well. Please go ahead.
I want to make some contributions. One of the things I want to say is this. Since our governors, the saboteurs we have in Biafra land don't want to learn from history, then we make the history. For every life, every Biafran gone down, their family should go down. They don't want to get the message. We have been two people trying to be peaceful, but they don't want to take it serious. They are going to hear very soon that Biafra was once a peaceful group agitating for their most people come to my Facebook and inbox me, why are you supporting this foolish man in